that was crazy. I ended up doing 3 months in Europe as well, right? I was planning that. I really wanted to do the whole year. I wanted to do it that way. And I saw no reason not to. I knew I'd been working hard. I'd worked in some form since I was like 11 years old, you know, even if it was just doing the paper run. I had always had a job and I'd saved up money. I had some life savings there, but I wasn't relying on that. I knew I was just going to work super hard before I left to get the money. And admittedly, something that helped me in the last month or so was I was able to borrow some money from my parents. And I accept that's a very privileged position, but I paid for it all. I paid it all back. I paid every dollar of my trip from the money that I had earned from doing jobs. So there's no like kind of position here where you're like, oh, well, I can't do that. My parents can't pay for it. It's like my parents didn't pay for it. I just chose to get a loan from them because they offered. I would have found another way to get the money. I could have worked for an extra month to make up that money, or I could have borrowed it maybe from a bank or something like that and just got like a $5,000 loan or something. And I'll just flag that I was very lucky to be able to do that. I paid it off within a few months of getting back, just working the same grind that I did before. Admittedly, it was a lot harder coming back and doing it because I didn't have the gap year to look forward to, but I ended up doing an exchange when I was at university, which cost me even more money. And I'll talk about the money side of things more in another video. But this trip, you know, would end up setting me back over $30,000 and the exchange would be similar. But, you know, I saved up money, I paid for these, and I think there is no better way to spend your money at this age, and you shouldn't worry about, oh, well, you know, that's 2 lots of 30,000, 32, 35, maybe $70,000. I think I once added up a few years ago, I'd spent like $100,000, over $100,000 on trips. And you're probably thinking, oh, why is this guy? Yeah, we get it, you have the money. It's like, no, I worked throughout uni and that really hard for the money and I spent it all. So my point is that you can make that money over time if you just work hard and save your money. And, you know, if you're living at home and, you know, your parents are providing meals for you, there's no reason to not save all that money that you're earning, and you just need to work hard. So I did that, but I accept that not everyone's in a position to access the loans at least, but I'm thinking everyone's in a position to work hard. You can just work 2 jobs, you can work extra hours. There's no reason not to do that. So tangent here, I'm getting sidetracked, but the point is with the money thing, I'll talk about it in another video. If you work really hard, if you plan out the gap year in the right way and you need to work for 4 or 5 months and then travel for 4 months, or maybe it's less, maybe it's 3 months in Europe or something. Again, I would try to go to a non-English speaking country if you want a full immersion, but there's nothing stopping you from doing it, okay? Generally speaking. So you can save up the money, work that 40 to 55 hours a week, maybe 60 hours if you're really committed, and that's gonna buy you weeks. The more you work up front, you're buying yourself weeks overseas, and it's gonna be a once of a lifetime experience.